Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Smart GS. Myself Praveen. Let's begin the session. In this entire video, we will try to analyze few terminologies around inflation concept. So here, before going to that inflation, we have to know the terms inflation, deflation, disinflation, and why we have to learn this inflation concept, especially in developing countries like India, whether it is good or bad, or it will give any advantages or disadvantages situations in developing countries like India, and who releases this inflation, and what are the consequences of inflation, and due to what factors this inflation causes, and finally what are the ways of regulating this inflation, we will see in this entire video. So let us begin with inflation. It is a situation of increase in general price levels over a period of time. For example, a pen cost is, at present a pen cost is 10 rupees. Over 1 year period, if it will be some 12 rupees, then it is nothing but the inflation, it is around 2%, because here the pen is same, the product is same, but differed in price. So here differed in price by 2 rupees. So here I have considered as one example as pen. Like this, there are a lot of items of basket of items are there in India. So on an average, we have to see how much of percentage of increase or how much of percentage of decrease on these items we have to see. If our price increases over a period of time, it is called as inflation. If our prices decreases over a period of time on these items of product basket of items, it is nothing but deflation. So deflation is nothing but opposite of inflation, that is reduction in prices. So every developing country faces inflation during its process of its growth and development. So but having a high inflation is problem for developing countries. Not having a inflation is a problem for developed countries like USA. Let us take an example of iPhone. An iPhone cost around 20,000 in developed countries like USA. When it comes to India, it will be around some 40,000. The product is same, the commodity is same, but differed in prices here. So due to lack of demand in developed countries, already they are established, already they are well infrastructured countries. Due to that, there will be low demand for goods. So due to that, price will automatically down. So lacking of inflation is a problem for developed countries, but having a high inflation is a problem for developing countries. So here we can say that if the aggregate supply of goods is not up to the demand, that inflation may causes. So whether it is good or bad means it is not good for any developing countries. It has to be limited, it has to be monitored. So who should monitor, who should be look after this inflation target? So there is somebody to look after this inflation targets. So we will discuss in a while. So before that, we will see another term called disinflation. Disinflation is nothing but it is a tendency of reducing inflation. For example, in 2018, inflation is around some 6%. In 2019, it becomes around some 4. At present now it becomes some 3. So it has reducing consequently. So whenever it is consecutively reducing the inflation, it is nothing but disinflation. So until now we have seen the term inflation, deflation, disinflation, and whether it is important inflation is having any advantages or not means it is not having any advantages in developing countries like India. So now we will see who releases this inflation. There are two methods of releasing this inflation, in that is in consumer level index and in wholesale level index. That is nothing but consumer price index and wholesale price index. So we will see in this, these differences we will see in a chart. Here WPI and CPI are two crucial metrics that help in defining the prices of goods and services in an economy. So let us see first one by one. When coming to the WPI, who will release this WPI figures? Office of Economic Advisor under Ministry of Commerce and Industry. And when coming to CPI, it is released by Central Statistical Office under Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. And on what basis this WPI and CPI will measures? So WPI considers only goods and CPI considers both goods and services. That's why it is called as consumer level. And WPI is also known as primary index. And what are the basket of items it covered? WPI it is considered as 697. On an average of this basket of items of 697 items, the inflation will released in form of WPI. And when coming to CPI, it released by in two ways, rural basket and urban basket. So in rural basket it considers 448 items, and urban basket it considers 460 items. Next, when coming to base year, it is WPI keep reference as the base year of 2011-12 and CPI considers base year as 2012. So recently WPI has been changed to 11-12 as base year. Before that it would be 2004 and 5. So these are some of the differences we have to know. And WPI is also called as a first stage of inflation. It considers first stage of inflation, and CPI considers the final stage of inflation. So we will frequently see in newspaper that inflation is at around some percentage. So that is based on CPI inflation. It is very important to note that. So these are some of the differences. Who is releases, who is measure, on what basis measures, items covered, base year. So these are some of the important in the examinations. Now we have to see due to what factors the inflation is occurring in developing countries like India. So there are two types of factors, that is demand pull factors and cost push factors. So under cost push factors, that is under cost push inflation, there are two types of factors are there, supply side factors and structural side factors. First of all, cost push inflation is nothing but when the rise in prices, when there is rise in prices is due to higher cost of production, that will lead to cost push inflation. So this is occurring due to supply side and structural side. So first we will see the supply side problems. Here the supply means, for example, let us take as an example of when there is a scarcity of raw materials like sand, concrete, stone, then automatically it may lead to higher costs of construction of building, and it may result in cost push inflation. So it indirectly resulting with high cost. Okay, this type of inflation is nothing but cost push inflation. The another example is when there is a scarcity of labor, then the cost of production may increase because of higher labor costs. Next, increase in indirect taxes like sales tax, excise duty, VAT may increase in higher prices, and hence there will be cost push inflation occurs. So these are some cost pull. Next, another example we can talk is 70 to 80% of our crude oil are met with imports. And when there is a rise in crude oil prices, then inflation found to take place in our country. Similarly, for other essential products like oil seeds and pulses, cost push inflation can occur when the international price rise. Okay, so these are some of the examples of a cost push. Due to the cost push, the inflation occurs. That type of inflation is called cost push inflation. Next we will see the demand pull inflation. So under the cost push there are other type of structure, there is structural type. So until now we have seen the supply side. Now we will see structural factors. So poor quality of structure means poor quality of education in government schools, poor quality of health infrastructure in government hospitals, corruption and lethargy in government sector, poor economic infrastructure like road, water supply, sanitation. So these are some structural side factors. So this has to be looked after by Government of India. So Government of India has to expend more money with respect to constructing the quality education, constructing quality education schools, government schools, quality infrastructure, government hospitals. Okay, it has to look after the corruption, lethargy should not be there, corruption should not be there, and poor, there should be economic infrastructure like construction toilets, constructing roads, highways. So these type of structural problems we have government has to look after. Okay, so due to these factors the inflation might cost. So the lack of this quality, poor quality of education, poor health infrastructure, lethargy, corruption, due to these factors also the inflation might cost, the inflation might occur. These type of factors in other structural side factors. These are structural side factors. Now we will see the demand pull inflation. What is the demand pull inflation? it arises when there is an excess of demand for goods over the supply. When there is more and more money in circulation, what happens? It may gives rise to demand, and hence it leads to demand pull inflation. For example, when government, how the money will increases over a period of time, how the money will increase in public purses. When government increases public expenditure, it will create demand and leads to demand pull inflation. For example, when the salaries of public sector enterprises or government employees rises, it may lead to more demand, and demand pull inflation may occur. Okay, so here for example, 6th pay commission to 7th pay commission, so one rank, one pension. These are some of the examples why the government for the government employees, the increases in salaries may lead to demand pull inflation. Okay, due to that increase in salaries, the money will increase, money supply will increase in the market. Due to the increase in money supply, the cost of the goods will increase. Best example is black tickets. So due to low supply of goods, low supply of tickets, but high demand of the tickets, the price will automatically rise. Here the money supply will be playing factor. Next, here when the RBI resorts to credit expansion through its expansionary monetary policy, it results in more and more money supply in circulation, which ultimately leads to demand pull inflation. Next, one of the major factors is population growth. It is another reason then that more and more young population results in more consumption expenditure, which ultimately results in demand for goods and services, and hence demand pull inflation occurs. And another example is when there is a huge stock of unaccounted black money in our country, and that raises the demand and leads to inflation. So these are the best examples why this inflation occurring. So there are two factors. Why this inflation occurring means there are two factors we can say. That is cost push factors and demand pull factors. Cost push means there are two types of factors. That is supply side factors and structural side factors. And later on demand pull. Demand pull we have seen excess of money supply. Why the excess of money supply will occur in the market means we have seen some reasons. Next we have to discuss about consequences. Who are the major worst affected people by this inflation? So first of all, below poverty people will affect more. So what happens here? Below poverty will worst affected because of three reasons. Because their wages will not indexed. That means for every 6 months government job employees will be intercepted on the basis of DS, dearance allowances. But BPL families will not be indexed. Their salaries will not be indexed like dearance allowance. Okay, next, most of them are informal jobs. The security of the informal jobs is very, very low. Next, indirect taxes affects poor and rich alike. But in times of inflation, they may not bear the burden. For example, a soap cost is 30. In times of inflation, it might cost 35 rupees. The 5 rupees, extra 5 rupees will be burdened by poor people much. So that's why in the inflation times, poor will become poor and further poor, and rich become further rich. So this is a bad situation. It has to be controlled. So the next consequence is, because of inflation, exportable goods may become non-competitive in the international market. For example, a pen cost is 10 rupees in India. Due to the inflation, whenever it becomes 15 rupees, so here by becoming 15 rupees, no country will purchase the 10 rupees pen with 15 rupees. So automatically the pen cost, the product pen becomes non-competitive in the market. So here the exports will be major causes due to the inflation. Next, inflation causes inequality in the distribution of income and wealth. And it is observed that during periods of inflation, profits tends to rise faster than the wages. And because of which, rich becomes further rich and poor become more poor. Due to the DA allowance, I have said dearance allowance, due to the dearance allowance, they will not be burdened by this inflation. Their accounts will be fulfilled with some dearance allowance by government itself. Government will look after. But informal job people will be most affected. Next, inflation promotes speculative activities in the economy and traders may speculate investments to earn profit. So FDIs, FPIs will threatens here. Due to inflation is nothing but general price level increases over a period of time. So no one will put interest to invest in inflation countries. For example, India is facing some inflation situation. So inflation is nothing but general increase in price levels. So whenever an investor want to invest in India in form of some constructing a hospital, so here the cost of production will increase. So then no one will interest to construct that building. So here indirectly FPIs, FDIs will threaten. So the concept of FPI, FDI will learn in different class, another class. Next, that is, as more than 90% of people are working in informal jobs, inflation puts a heavy burden on these employees, as the salaries are not indexed to this inflation, as we have said already with an example. Next, inflation occurs. The rapid rise in prices hinders the process of growth as it raises the cost of production. Next, with reduced savings, capital formation undergoes a serious setback. Inflation adversely affects the savings on the part of people as they have to pay higher prices. So the real rate of returns will be reduced and the senior citizens will be worst affected. In the previous session I have said about real rate of returns. If inflation causes, the bank should provide looking after that inflation, banks should provide the real rate of returns. But banks always may not be in profits. They also faces some losses. So it can't give any real rate of returns. So by not giving any real rate of returns, people going lose the faith on banks automatically. So here with reduced the inflation affects poor much more than the effect of rich. So here the inflation will affect more on poor than rich. So these are the major consequences facing by any people in inflation situations. So this has to be regulated, this has to be controlled. The situation has to be handled by one of the body. So what are the bodies should be regulated? This inflation is nothing but there are two bodies to look after this inflation situation. Those are RBI on one side and Government of India on another side. So here whenever the RBI look after the situation to regulate this inflation, whenever the RBI come forward, it is nothing but monetary policies. Whenever the Government of India come forward and look after this situation, is nothing but more physical policies. So for time being, we will discuss this measures to regulate this inflation in next video. Thank you.